Guys, breaking news, in case you hadn't heard, Twitter has banned Nick Monroe. I might be mispronouncing his last name. He is a citizen journalist. He has covered things in the past, like Pizzagate, all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, and I know a lot of people are trying to use that to attack him, sort of thing. But to be honest, look, whether you like what he does or doesn't do, like I said, they've used for overtly defending Pizzagate conspiracy, and he's a part of the intellectual dark web. Someone's saying here, he will not be missed. You're missing the point, dude. You're missing the point because he's a journalist. He's a citizen journalist. That means you could be next, Mr. Moron. Mr. Useful Idiot. Which is weird because you're calling Nick Monroe that. But regardless. Obviously, Dave Rubin has come out and said Twitter support why was Nick Monroe locked out. He's an actual journalist. You should be reinstated immediately. Nick Monroe, holy shit, Pizzagate might be onto something. Pizzagate is an interesting movement that's against pedos. Attempting to suppress something like Pizzagate is bizarre. So, you know, like I say, look, at the end of the day, look, I think there is something to Pizzagate. I don't think it is the shop that everybody is going through and trying to claim. Yeah, the dark mode is cooler. It's not like that shop that everybody tried to that everybody jumped on, sort of thing, with like secret bunkers and stuff like that. I think that was a lot of crap. I think that was misinformation to discredit the movement. Because people were wondering why Obama was spending so much money on hot dogs and pizza, for example. Which, as you know, are code words for the FBI. But like I say, yeah, at the end of the day, they have banned him. They have suspended him. They've suspended him for evading permanent suspension. Which is a little weird, because if you're evading a permanent suspension, you had to be suspended in the first place, right? So why was he suspended in the first place? But anyway. Independent journalist Nick Monroe has been suspended from Twitter, with the social media website citing ban evasion as the reason for his suspension. On May 28th, Monroe announced via his Gab account that his Twitter account had been suspended and provided a screenshot of the email sent to him by the website's moderating team, citing their reason behind the suspension. Now, it says here, violating rules against permanent suspension. Monroe is an independent journalist who runs the gauntlet of newsworthy topics, informing audiences and tracking and development stories, such as recent European elections, the recent assault on Arnold Schwarzenegger, the role politics has played in the deplatforming of users from Patreon. Monroe was even awarded a second place Kensel Award in 2016 for excellence in the news reporting by Society of Professional Journalists for his coverage of the SWAT voice actor strike. Prior to his ban, Monroe's most chronologically recent thread was live commentary of his first viewing of the anime series JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, but more recent political threads focus on the recent creation and spread of fake quote attributed to Trump by political scientist Ian Brenner. Monroe's coverage of the controversial topic has led to some to speculate that he was suspended for political or censorious reasons, but as of writing, no evidence has been presented to support these conclusions. While Monroe claims to have no concurrent active accounts at the time he was operating his Twitter account, Twitter suspension evasion claimed may be related to a previous Twitter account, Press Fart to Continue, which Monroe admitted was banned in 2014 due to the swirl of political and outrage surrounding the Gamergate movement. So, what questions do you all have about my old Twitter account? Banned nearly 5 years ago. I made the account when I was 17. I was a kid. I was doing a write-up and wanted to make sure I made it worthwhile. The Gamergate feed that had 7,000 to 8,000 followers by the end. In the wake of his suspension, Monroe has given an interview to Ian Miles Chong at Human Events discussing the suspension, admitting to operating a former Gamergate-centric Twitter account and thanking his audiences, stating that even if my account is gone forever, there's no way for me to return. I want to take the time to thank everybody who has accepted me 3.5-year-long apology. Although this Twitter account has been suspended, expensive archives of his previous content can still be accessed as an alternative to Twitter. Monroe has since taken to utilize his Gab account to continue his work and communicate with his followers. What do you make of Twitter suspending Nick Monroe? Alright. Look, at the end of the day, I don't think the reason for them banning him is... I think there's more to it than what they're claiming, okay? They're claiming citing ban evasion. Okay, if that's the case, why didn't you ban him 3 or 5 years ago? 3.5 years ago, whatever it was. Why did it have to be now? And that's where I sort of like, okay, you let him on the platform for 3.5 years, or you knew he was on the platform for 3.5 years. But now, only now, you've banned him? Seems a little suspicious. Like, yeah. You think they would have banned him a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago even. But no, they had to ban him. Literally. They banned him, what? Yeah, 2-3 days ago. A day ago. Yeah, a day ago now. I think this all went down about 6-12 hours ago. So, Nick Monroe. Oops, I'm not following him. Well, I'm not following you, Nick. Alright, so, on Gab. Well, he's been very active on Gab. He's also been very active even an hour ago. Probably should have got him on the show. Might have a chat to him. So, here it is. Excuse the non-dark mode because, well, I have to log in and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, presumably option to appeal. I hope they show some mercy. Nick didn't attempt to reinvent himself. He really did the probably in my favour tweet of the day. He also broke the synagogue shooter's identity and Christchurch shooter's intentions before the media did. He's broken a lot of big stories. He's broken a lot. So, yeah. If you want my old tweets, here's an archive of them. It was a Gamergate feed that had over 7,000, 8,000 followers by the end. Like I say, if it was just this Gamergate account, this fart to continue, whatever it was, why didn't they ban him earlier? It's like they're wanting an excuse. They're like, okay, he's causing too many problems, too much of a wave. What have we got? What can we get him on? Can we get him on this? Can we get him on that? Okay, he's done this. All right, ban him on that and say it's that. Just give me some reason to ban him. It seems like that's what they've basically done. Now, obviously, the big problem that obviously a lot of mainstream media journalists are missing is at the end of the day, and I'll bring this up for no, sorry, not that. I'll bring it up. Obviously, Faith Goldie. I imagine Timcast is talking about it. But like, give you an example like this. For example, this is what infuriates me. Is people like this that do not get it. So apparently they banned Nick Monroe. He was doing good investigative journalist. They banned him for supposedly using multiple accounts to avoid suspension, but I don't know if that's true, right? That's good. That's, yeah, someone who's sticking up for him, blah, blah, blah. But then you get morons like this guy, for example. Oh, that's not that. Oh, he just deleted it. I'll be frigging surprised. Someone went through and just deleted a tweet because they're probably getting ratioed. Let me see if it comes up. Yeah, he just deleted it. Imagine my shock. Alright, so Faith Goldie has talked about it. Ian Miles Chong has talked about it. He said that this ban is more than an issue of censorship. His complications of research has acted as a snapshot of the political zeitgeist at any given point in time, reflecting both the atmosphere and the mood surrounding each news event. It's the stuff that documentaries and now is lost. So, a lot of people are calling it out for it. A lot of people are saying it's a lot of crap. So, yeah. Twitchy team has also retweeted out saying that Twitter has crossed the line. Self-motivated investigative journo Nick Monroe suspended from Twitter. People are asking Joe Rogan to actually go through and have him on the show. Which would probably happen actually now. It's the Streisand effect. It's really weird that they try and censor people. But at the end of the day, all they do is they end up making them more popular. And more people are going to go over to Gab now. Because Nick Monroe is over there. So, you know, thanks, I suppose. Making Gab more popular. Like I say, he is very active on Gab, guys. I will post, sorry, that's the link to his Gab account. If you have Gab, please feel free to go and give him a follow. Hey, DLP, how are you, buddy? Not much. We're just talking about the censorship and banning of Nick Monroe from Twitter. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Look, to me, it stinks. To me, I think it's political. I think he's uncovered something they didn't want him to see, or they don't want the world to know about. So they're banning him off Twitter to get rid of him, because at the end of the day, yeah, get rid of him before he makes too much more waves. Apparently his archive has been taken down. Oh, it's not working. Maybe it was the wrong link. I don't know, guys. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on Nick Monroe band? Do you think that it is, for example, political tampering? Do you think at the end of the day that they're going through and it was warranted? Or do you think that this is them getting rid of him because he's a citizen journalist and he's been breaking too many stories? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.